Look out, world! There's weather coming, and it's not rain. It's meatballs and other food products.
Yeah. Well, this has to be one of the best classic movies. I first saw it at Cartoon Network.
Oh, neat. I think that's how I got introduced to it. I might be wrong, but right now I don't actually remember.
I saw it on DVD.
Neat.
Cool. So this movie called Vigilante Meatballs is about this scientist named Flint Lockwood. He just tried to make cool inventions, but as a kid, he didn't really, do that good, especially when kids made fun of him.
Yeah, one time he made a thing called brown shoes, and they couldn't come off, and yeah, it's been there ever since.
Yeah. Fast forward, and before we fast forward, we also get introduced to his parents, and his mom, told him, she even gave him his, lab coats and everything. And just believing yourself, and then finding out that she sadly passed away about, years later. Well, okay. Now this is Flint and his dad, Tim, and he wants Flint to work at his, store with sardines. Now that's just basically the main food for their town, the sardines and everything.
And that's gotta suck too, because why that town specifically has just sardines? That's just sad.
But it counts, and maybe that's the only thing they could afford.
Probably.
But yeah, we also see this commercial with Baby Brent, which turns out to be one of Philip's classmates as a kid, and he becomes famous because of the ad, and now everybody loves him for that.
Yeah.
We also get introduced to this reporter named Sam Sparks. She just tried to make it out there, and she tries to succeed, and of course we see Slave Flint, and he makes this machine what makes any kind of food. What was it called?
Just call it the Flint Sifflimer.
Yeah, and basically makes any kind of food, as I said before, and it actually succeeds. And while this is happening, he actually bumps into Sam. And, it's kind of funny how when she was trying to sit down, her shoes poked out Flint's eyes.
I know, and on Instagram, I don't know where it is, but I saw that, and instead of his scream, it's the scream from Spider-Man 2002.
But alongside, we also get introduced to Earl, who's basically the police officer of the town, and he doesn't like whenever Flint Lockwood does all his crazy inventions, because there are flashbacks of all these inventions, failing. Let's see here. There are the bird rats, there's a TV that can walk, and many others.
Yeah, especially one of them being hair on Boulder, made his dad very hairy.
Mm-hmm. But it turns out that he has a family with his wife and his son named Cal. But he just tries to stop him, but he just sees food. And then the mayor sees this and sees it as an opportunity to bring more variety to the world, I believe, And he just wants all the food, and he becomes Big Chungus.
Yeah, or just basically Fat Albert as mayor.
But now that Flint's making a success out of this, there's this one scene where Earl wanted to do something special for his son's birthday. Flint was no at first because of how mean he was at him at the past, but made an exception because Earl did give a speech about a father and son. The next day, ice cream paradise.
Yep. And of course, later on, there's a big malfunction and started to turn to chaos.
Yep. That scene where they're right doing the ice cream and all that. I just how Earl keeps saying, "I love you, son," everything. He says it every time.
I know. It's we're having dinner. I love you, son. Or take a shower. I love you, son. Registration. I love you, son.
And alongside with him is his lab monkey, legit, Flint's monkey, Steve.
Steve. And he has a recorder thing, which
it's a translator.
Sorry, translator, but he's just been wild.
Yeah. And of course, we also get introduced to, like, yeah, of course, you said the chaos. And of course, they had to go inside the machine. It was Sam, Brent, and Flint. And they were trying to go into it. Yes, they made it in, but learning that Sam's actually allergic to peanut butter.
Or just peanuts in general.
Well, yeah. But yeah, she has the allergic reaction. And Brent's, trying to, like, save them too, because now he's in a full, like, they're, he went inside the chicken soup now.
Yeah. He's a walking chicken roastery chicken.
Rotisserie.
And eventually, like, Flint did all he could do, and gets his seat. And yeah, the ending was pretty good, especially Flint and Sam kissing, and his dad really accepting him of, like, who he really is now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like how they used the translator to like, read his thoughts and everything, because, he can't really, express his feelings towards, like, anybody. But, that was just the plot of Jets and Meatballs. It was a really good movie.
Yes, it was.
Like, was there any favorite scenes or, like, scenes that, like, astounded you as a kid?
I just like how delicious the food is. I mean, I don't want to eat it because it's big, but it does look delicious.
That's what she said. You did that to yourself, to be honest. But you first, any favorite scenes?
Yes, I enjoyed the burger reign to begin with, like knowing how good it might be from the start before everything goes to crap. But it was a great send off to know that you almost nearly give up, but your chance is coming. Let's see, other different parts. Of course, yes. My most favorite part, I enjoyed a montage where everyone was just demanding him like what they would like to have, which was pretty decent. People were starting to like him more.
Exactly. I just like how when Flynn was talking to the man, he was like, "You got a new haircut." Noticing that he's all fat now.
Yeah, and you can tell he's a little bit sweaty.
Yeah. One of my other favorite scenes is that one of the characters, he's not a major character, but he's like one of like the minor ones, like Joe. Like, remember when everybody was gonna get hit by a water pipe except him?
The guy that got a surfboard.
I mean, it's his fault. He was sitting in the seat where it says, "Don't splash water."
Maybe that's just part of the joke.
Yeah, I get that. But it turned out to be a really big success, and I know we're not talking about it, but eventually, years later, they made a sequel, which we'll be talking about like later on in the year. But again, it was a great movie.
Yes, definitely.
Alright. Now with the cast. First up, we have the talented Bill Hader, who voices Flint Lockwood. And yeah, this was my introduction to Bill Hader.
Me too, along with Inside Out.
Honestly, Bill Hader put a lot of emotion to like Flint, especially his quirks here and there, but he made him a great character overall.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Flint overall?
Pardon?
What are your thoughts on Flint overall?
Yeah, he's a great character. Like, he's like one of those characters people don't really like at first, but grew a little bit, but attacked him a little bit, but still love him at the end. But yeah, I give him much there.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit weird to certain characters or people, like, the way he tries to disappear, just like slap his hands on the key things. Like, I mean, how would you get the right sentences if you don't just slap your fingers on there?
Maybe because his hands are too big. I thought of that.
Could have just had to get bigger keys then. But yeah, Flynn had a pretty rough life, getting laughed as a kid, but being respected as mom. But of course, years later, she passed away, and that as an adult either. But he did make a success, meaning a young girl that. Are
you explaining the plot again?
Yes.
Christian,
well, how are you supposed to explain the character?
We basically explained what happened though, so that gives them an idea. But yeah, next up, first, was this how you got introduced to film?
I believe so. I'm like, it was either this or Night of the Museum 2, whichever came first. But I'm glad to know that I got to know such an awesome, funny, talented guy. And yes, while I do have my mixed opinions on this about stories about one guy being hated by the whole town, the Chicken Little syndrome, but this one was passable. You do kind of like relate to him about trying to just fit in, but people see him as just weird, which is, well, just an insult to like anybody who has these quirks. But you just feel that he just wants just acceptance, not by only just the town, but his father as well.
Yeah. But Bill Hader as an actor, yeah, I do agree. He's very talented, and he's like one of those actors that could do really good impressions of other actors.
Especially at Saturday Night Live, he could do that as well. And he is very known, besides not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon. He's known to break character very easily.
Yeah. But it works that I really enjoyed him as. Yes, I did enjoy him in Inside Warriors of Fear. Also as Leonard from the Family Blues movie. Alpha 5 from Power Rangers. Sausage Party was surprising, yeah. Let's see. Monsters University was the funniest, especially when he played that slug.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm going to be late. I'm a first day.
And he's really great. And to find out that he's actually really good friends with South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Huh. Intriguing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for Bill's work and friends, I give them both good.
Okay.
Yep, same here.
Alright, next. Go, Christian.
Anna Faris as Sam Sparks.
Anna.
So, what?
Yeah, it's actually Anna too.
Ah, mother effer. I've been calling Anna this whole time. And this is getting out. Anyway, so Sam Sparks' story, like what's this? She's a reporter. Well, she's just one of those that doesn't really want. Well, she does want to be a weather reporter, but of course, it's really rough for her until she made Flint, and then she got her kind of friends slowly, and then she told him about her childhood past, like she's called a geek because of her glasses, and she actually still needs them, and then Flint actually her glasses back on, and she had to sleep, she looked good, and he transformed her, and yeah, she looks really good, and then then she wanted the kind of computer thing that talks about the weather and stuff. But she's a good character, and Anna Faris. This was my introduction to her, and cartoon and live action. It was Mom.
For me, yeah, the first ever time was Jeanette from Alvin and the Chipmunks, and for actual live action, it was the live action Yogi Bear movie.
Right, I forgot she's in Alvin and the Chipmunks. And also, there's a movie with Luke Wilson, the brother of Owen Wilson, called My Super Ex-Girlfriend. She's in that movie.
But she also one of the scary movies.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, of course, like, yeah, the franchise in general.
Mm-hmm. And of course, she was in the emoji movie.
Oh, right. She was?
She was, yeah.
What was she called?
Jailbreak.
Jailbreak, yeah.
Wait, that was other effort.
Yeah? I mean, like, I made the freaking episode, so...
You just found out. Alright, yeah, nice. Alright, you first introduction?
Yes, right here is my official introduction.
Alright, cool. But yeah, I agree with Christian's statement about her. I give her, and yeah, Infinity.
How many times have we said Infinity throughout these presentations?
Yeah, Infinity. Because every character here deserves one, except, like, less characters.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like we said Infinity so many times.
Well, no surprise there. Infinity, blah blah. Like a lot of repeated words on here. So much that we should play the drinking game.
Yeah, but I give Sam Sparks a 9.
9. True, sorry.
Alright, next up is Flint's father, Tim Lockwood, voiced by the late James Caan.
This was my introduction to him, and for live action, Elf.
Same with you, Blitz.
Ditto for 3.
Yeah, so as we explained before, he just wants Flint to work at a shop. And he's kind of disappointed about the new food that's coming along, because now that Flint's making all this food, nobody's really going to his sardine store. That's making him upset, and that's making business going down. But again, as I said, at least he learns to accept him at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and about James Caan, it's really sad that he passed away. It was starting me just day is one of my favorite actors. He did really good in this movie and the Elf movie.
Yeah. For James, 10 out of 10. For Tim, I give him an 8.
Down 10.
James Infinity, Tim 7.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up we got Baby Friends. Yeah. Yeah. Voiced by Andy Samberg. This was my introduction to him before knowing he was in Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, this was an introduction to then Hotel Transylvania. Live action. Well, only some do B-rolls, so that's my live action thing. So yeah, Baby Friends.
For me, it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and when he made a cameo in what we call Grown Ups 2.
I didn't know he was in Grown Ups 2.
Remember the car wash scene? He was one of the boys.
Whoa! What?
Yeah.
What? Wait a freaking minute. Let me look this up.
Let it out. Here we go again.
And
it was pretty shocking to me because when I was rewatching it a few months ago, I was like,
oh my effing god.
Aha, I was right. Give me my $5. Use your words.
I can't.
Greatest shock.
Anyway, continue.
But he's an excellent actor, and yes, he was also on SNL, which he did awesome in. And yeah, most recently he was in the new Spider-Verse movie where he plays Scarlet Spider.
Blitz, will you quit surprising me? And hey, that's a spoiler.
We said this before.
Yeah, we said this before.
Well, I'm on 10.
Well, no surprise freaking dare! Happy birthday again for the infinitive time that is happening.
But even though for a spoiler first, you could just tell us a little, how was his performance?
Well, just same as ever, he always does epic. This is one of the timeless honor characters that he was given alongside with Dale and everything. So yeah, he did awesome.
Another time I got introduced to Andy Samberg was in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right, my other introduction where he played that dude. I forgot what he did, but I'll let
Colonel Copper.
Oh, thank you. And Watch Mojo was shocked to find out that was Andy Samberg doing that type of accent, and he's using it again for the character called
We didn't say nothing.
Oh, well, he's was a new character in a show called Dickman. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for Andy, especially for his performance brands, he made him really funny. He can make him a little jerky, but still funny in the end. That's what I like about Andy Samberg.
Yeah, but at least Brent became friends with Flynn.
Exactly. And I give both of them, yeah. Okay, well, for Andy Infinity, for Brent, I give them a 9.
Same.
Andy Infinity, Brent's 8.
Alright, next up we got the mayor, yes, Bruce Campbell. Yes.
Yep. The annoying Spider-Man game narrator.
and of course appearing as cameos in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. But yeah, this was my introduction to him.
Me too.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man for me.
Makes sense. So yeah, Mayor Shelbourne is Baby Brent's father. Yes, even though he's
What?
short, he is his father.
No, he said he's like a son to him. Like, that doesn't make him his father.
Oh!
Wow.
You thought this. Hold on. God is good. God is great. Amen.
Then I don't know who his father is then. Okay, ignoring that, so yes, the mayor, ever since he created new food, he's been eating his food nonstop, and over time he's starting to become extremely large, size of a wrecking ball, and he started forcing Flint to bring out more, and he's responsible for the food chaos because, food greedy.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of the episode, he gets separated from the town, and now he's by himself.
Yep. And I didn't really like him.
But Bruce Campbell's performance was really good. Like, other times I got introduced to him was the Ant Bully and El Tigre.
Who's he in El Tigre?
That's fresh.
Yes, he was this patriotic Captain America-like superhero called the Industrialist, I believe.
Yeah, you were in it.
Bruce Campbell as Captain America. What would they think of next?
Mm-hmm. For Bruce's performance, yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10 for the mayor, and I give it a 7.
Bruce, Infinity, the Mayor, a 1.
Bruce Infinity, Mayor, 4.
Now, next up, Mr. T as Earl. Yeah, this was a funny ass role for him.
Yeah, well, this was his only time voicing him until in the second movie he's voiced by someone else, but nonetheless, what?
We didn't say nothing.
Oh, but anyway, Mr. T did excellent as this guy Earl Devereaux. So he doesn't really like Flint, mainly because of his adventures in the past. He's unfortunately arrested him and stuff. But he had a change of heart, asked him a favor for his son. And then they became close friends at first. And yeah, he's a pretty good father. Always saying "I love you" every now and then. Even though it busts his son, he still loves him.
You're explaining the plot again, Christian.
Nice job.
Let's talk about the character.
Just say about the character, not the plots. It's not that hard.
He's just a police officer, yes. Doesn't like Flint, and at the end he accepts him as well, becoming one of his friends. But what I like about Earl is how fast he can run, especially how funny it looks.
And the fact the way his shorts are, they're so short.
And don't forget, he has Spidey sense.
Like how?
Don't you remember? His senses were going off to sense that Flint was doing something bad.
His chest hair, so to speak.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But what if he didn't have chest hair though?
Is this gonna be dirty, Christian? How dare you?
No.
No.
I mean, I was trying to make a point here.
But what I liked about Earl's design is that, how Mr. T has hair in the middle of his head, but Earl has no hair in the middle, but just hair in the sides. That's what I like. The irony. For Mr. T's performance, yeah, this was my introduction to him. I give him a penny. For Earl, 10 out of 10. He was funny.
Exactly. And yeah, and what I learned more about Mr. T was, of course, the A-Team. And then I saw him in the Aaron commercials.
You refresh your score?
Yeah, both Infinity.
Okay. Now, next up, Cal. Yes, Earl's son. Even though he didn't do that much in the movie, except the scene where, they had the ice cream paradise, and when he was in a food coma.
Well, the ice cream thing was a birthday gift, but there's area full of candy and jelly beans, and that's where he got into a food coma.
Yeah. Until one celery, and then bam, he woke up. How you doing?
And then he threw up all over his dad.
And then he just says, "I love you." Okay. Well, his actor, was it Bobby J. Thompson? Like, he did really good. Yeah. Finding out that he was in the Boondocks and in Shark Tale, where he plays one of the shorties.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. For his performance, yeah, 10 out of 10. For Ken, I'll give him an 8.
Agreed.
And let's see here. We have Benjamin Bratt, like Sam's assistant, Manny, who holds the camera.
Yeah, at first we thought he was a practical character until he finally spoke up, because he's also a doctor. He's the one who revived California's coma by breaking celery in half like a smelling salt. And yeah, he became like part of the movie ever since, and he's also a comedian. And yeah, this was my introduction to Benjamin Bratt. Well, of course, later on it was this movie too where he played El Macho.
Yeah, that was some crazy talent. And what was surprising, when he played Ernesto in Coco.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he's also in, was it Rush Hour? No, not Rush Hour. Ride Along too.
Huh, yeah. But yeah, even though he was a little bit like a character here and there, for Benjamin, I give him a 10 out of 10. Yeah, for Manny, 10 out of 10. Just, finding out he was a doctor
And a comedian.
And a pilot.
He's pretty good.
Alright, next up, Neil Patrick Harris as Steve.
This is like one of my most shocking performances that he has ever done. Like, he nailed it.
Steve, so committed to the role. Like, that was awesome for him.
Steve, Gummy Bears, Music Meister.
But my introduction to him was, yes, live action. It was, the Smurfs movie, the live action one, and for animation, it was Adventure Time.
This animation, live action, Smurfs. First one.
Alright, here's the official introduction.
Oh, okay. So, talk about Steve. Yeah, he's this crazy monkey. What else can you say? From Neil Patrick Harris's, performance, Infinity for Steve, 10 out of 10.
Ditto.
And what was shocking to know is that he did he was offered the role for Flint, but thought Steve was an more interesting character.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Wow. Imagine if the roles were switched. Neil as Flint and Bill Hader as Steve.
It could still work, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're talking about behind the scenes here. Yeah. While we call it Sam and Flint were eating, we call it hamburgers. Yeah. There were actors were eating hamburgers in the recording.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of hamburgers though. Did they have to go to McDonald's or something to give them a Big Mac?
No, it was not McDonald's. It was some random ass burger.
Okay. But what if they're eating a Big Mac?
Alright, next up, Patrick Patterson, who's the new caster. Yeah, what was your opinion about him, even though he was a little bit of a small role?
He's an a-hole.
Yeah, I agree. Especially to Sam.
Hey, you know anything about his actor?
I do not.
Like that is if you tell us the name though.
What was it, Al Roker?
Yeah, Al Roker.
Yeah, I've seen his name around everywhere, and I noticed his name when people mention him. But I know that he was also in Covenant 3. He was also in Rogue. He played the mailbox.
Oh, I see it now. It's also in Superman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also in Pirates Band of Misfits.
Slow down.
Get him. But yeah, for his performance, 5 out of 10 for his character, 2 out of 10.
What you said?
Okay, so for Mr. Roker, a 9. For Patrick, -4.
Okay, next up, Lauren Graham. Yeah, who played Flint's mother, Fran. Yeah, she was really a nice, mother to Flint. Very supportive, and, again, with her passing away, but still, she's like one of the nicest characters throughout the film.
Besides this, Laura was also in Vampirina.
Well, yes. For her performance, 10 out of 10, and for the mother, infinity.
Agreed.
Alright, so next up we got Joe, who was voiced by Will Forte. Yeah, how I got introduced to him was through, both, the Cleveland Show and Gravity Falls.
It was this, good, let's see, Lego Movie. Oh yeah, at Gravity Falls, where he plays, get him,
Tyler.
Don't you like Tyler, cute biker? Get him. I like one of my favorite scenes, like when the girls were fighting. He was like, get him. I was like, you could don't.
Oh, wait, pause.
All right, so that's about the cast that we are familiar with, and now let's go to final thoughts.
A really good movie to watch, and yeah, it's like a great part of our childhoods. I'm really glad I got introduced to this movie. One of my favorites. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, similar to you. It's one of my favorite Bill Hader movies because it was amazing. Just the idea of food everywhere. Although it could go a little crazy, it was still fun at the end. But yeah, I was just glad they made a sequel years later, and that had a lot of plot twists here and there, but I give it also an infinity.
New Deal.
Yeah. Like, one of the best things for me, of course, was the first trailer, because it took me a long time to realize that the song they were playing was Food, Glorious Food, which reminded me of Ice Age 2.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for.
Let's see, what was another thing? Oh yeah, I also read the book. It was alright, but the movie was definitely better.
What is this?
Is what?
What incarnation is this? I just saw Disney Junior post and.
Alright, Brush, did you say your score?
Yes, just a solid 100.
Yep, and now we're done.